For today's CyberCEO episode,
she's phenomenal. She set the bar pretty high. She's helping us with a lot of making sure our software and our systems actually are supporting our goals and helping us rather than just being something we use simply because we've just used it and we don't know what's better. She kind of helps out with a lot of those little pieces that are actually huge pieces in the end. I'm so glad you're part of our team, 𝗠𝗏𝗏.
welcome to CyberCEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. CyberCEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of CyberCEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show. Renee, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you. How are you this morning?
Yes, I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much
Perfect.
for asking. And of course, for dropping by. I know you have a lot of things to do. Really appreciate you being here. Now, start things off to let you know we have a lot of listeners who are business owners, just like yourself. So I need your help. Can you introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe we can start with, what's your role in the business?
Sure. So I am the team admin for Voyles Realty. We're with 𝗙𝗲𝗋𝗶𝗋 St. Louis, and we run a real estate team of 4 agents out of St. Louis, Missouri. And we have our first Cyberbacker teammate that joined us back just after Thanksgiving, so in the end of November. So we have 𝗠𝗏𝗏 as well.
There we go. So how long have you been partnered with Cyberbacker? Ever since, before Thanksgiving? Did I catch that right?
So yes, right. Probably we started the process right at the 1st of November and hired our first Cyberbacker to start right after Thanksgiving. So right at the end of the month. And so then we've been partnered now since November.
So how's everything going so far? And is this your first time working with someone virtual anyway?
Yes. So this was our first experience with a virtual assistant. It's our first experience having a virtual teammate, and it has been wonderful. I love having 𝗠𝗏𝗏 on my team. She and I work probably the closest of all of our teammates since we do the operations side of the business. But she gets to work with all our agents. She works with our clients. And it has been absolutely wonderful adding her in as a teammate and helping get her up to speed and taking ownership of our transaction coordination process.
Yeah, it's just good to know that you're having a great experience with your Cyberbacker as well. Even if it's only been like a few months that you've been working with her.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. She set the bar pretty high for any new virtual teammates that get to join us, but we're already having conversations of what that looks like to bring on more teammates through Cyberbacker later this year.
So that's going to be very exciting, having your own Cyberbacker team, of course. Now, was it a big change? Now, you mentioned this is your first time working with someone virtual. Was it a big change for you personally, working with someone virtual?
It was. We're used to having people in the office. I'm used to having my teammates sitting right next to me, or we spend time chatting in the mornings, grabbing a cup of coffee and getting set up for our day and just having that get to know you and build those relationships live and in person. So it was very important to me and our team that we figure out how do we make that happen when our newest teammate doesn't sit right next to us. And so we were a little worried about how this is going to work so that it's a teammate true feel, not just somebody checking things off my to-do list. And so we have tried really hard to figure out how we can incorporate 𝗠𝗏𝗏 into our team culture and make sure that she feels like she's part of the team and that we feel like she is a true teammate. And it's worked. Making that a priority for us was actually, I think, one of the most important pieces of adding a virtual teammate. So it works really well. And it's only a little strange now to realize like she doesn't get to come into the office and hang out with us, but she's still such a part of our team and our daily conversations. And we message back and forth all the time and we just feel really connected. And so that was the biggest piece, was just making sure, how do we make sure our teammate is still our teammate when they don't just sit next to us here, and be a part of our office space.
Now, how do you do that then? How do you create or make that person feel that they are part of the team, even if they're thousands of miles away, just like what you're doing now with your Cyberbacker?
So we have gone for our team meetings. We add 𝗠𝗠ie in through Zoom. And so she virtual, she's here on the screen with us, chatting with us. And so we leave that conversation up a few minutes before we start our meeting. We talk, we do our meeting piece. We leave it up a couple minutes afterwards just to kind of catch up and get used to each other and do our team meetings face to face, at least. We have Google Chats set up she chats with each of our teammates over Google Chat with various transaction related pieces or questions for that agent about their specific pieces that they need for the business. We have a group text chat that she's just a part of, and it could be anything from business to what we're doing this weekend and sharing funny pictures or memes back and forth. And she contributes to that too. And so we talk about our families, our kids, our weekend activities, what we're doing just for fun, make jokes with each other, and just having her incorporated into each piece of this, not just somewhere out there in email space or on the other end of a chat. Like there's actually a face and a person and a personality. And so we're just trying to include her in everything that we do. And so we have two teammates that have a birthday a week apart. So for 2 Fridays in a row, we Zoomed her in so that she was here to do happy birthday and cake and balloons and just celebrating our teammates. But she came in and she was there as a part of it. We just made sure we set it up so she could be a part of this as well, not just us doing our own little thing. So
not just again, bringing them in, making them feel that they're a part of something, even if they're thousands of miles away, right?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, talk to me more about your Cyberbacker then. How about tasks? What are the tasks or the things that you needed help with? That's why you partnered with the Cyberbacker.
So we were looking for a transaction coordinator for our contract to close. So somebody who would cover everything from when a property goes under contract, helping our clients make it all the way through the closing table and following up afterwards to make sure everything was still good and we're all set to move forward and keep that relationship going forward with our clients as far out as they'll keep us. So that was a big process that we brought in-house, and we were looking for somebody who could take ownership of this process and not only make sure that the documents were filed and that deadlines were kept, but also answer client questions and make sure our agents knew what was happening as things came up and be available and help us make this process even better as we go forward. So help us design this process for our team and what this looks like for us. So she came in and had the 10 days of Cyberbacker training, which is amazing because she came in and was ready for, how do we do this as our team? And it wasn't a, here's how we use our database and here's how we set up files in DocuSign for signatures. It was, okay, so with this process on our team, what do we do? She was ready to go. And so she's helped us design the playbook for our process. She's helped us figure out where we had some bumps and pieces that we knew we were doing, but we didn't know to say that. And so we've had to figure out like, oh, hey, let's put this on paper. Let's actually make this a process that somebody else can follow. It could come in and do off a checklist, basically. So she's helped us write this process, take ownership of it, and helps us make it better.
Yes, gosh. Imagine it's only been a few months. She's already helped a lot in a lot of things. How exciting it is. If, let's say a year from now, she's gonna be contributing to the team, right? A lot of exciting stuff, obviously.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, of course, when it comes to talking about the future, her growth is not going to stop. She's going to continue to want to do more for the team. Now, what are some of the new things that you got planned for, let's say, within the next few months from today?
We're already tossing some special projects with growing our referral network with other agents across the country and hopefully around the world. We are having her take over ownership of all the paperwork, not just once they go under contract, but she's starting to take over getting out that initial agreements with our clients and the initial disclosures and basically running all of the paperwork for our clients from start to finish. And so those are two of the big ones we're taking over, and she's been a help on, but it's been special projects along the way of just trying to clean up our database, trying to make sure that the people that we have in our world are adequately being contacted and that we're doing our best. And so she's helping us make sure that happens too. And she's helping us with a lot of making sure our our software and our systems actually are supporting our goals and helping us rather than just being something we use simply because we've just used it and we don't know what's better. So she kind of helps out with a lot of those little pieces that are actually huge pieces in the end.
Gosh, so basically she's almost everywhere then, everywhere that you need her in the business.
As the whole operation team ends up being, yes.
Now, it seems to me that you've already created this very strong partnership with your Cyberbacker. Now, we talked about it earlier, bringing them in, making them feel a part of the team. But how about communication, though? Talk to me about that. How important is communication?
Communication is huge. It's especially tricky because you don't get the tone of voice or the influence of the body language that you get face to face. So trying to make sure as we use chats and emails and go back and forth that we are fully communicating is important. And so we ask a lot of questions. She asks us a lot of questions. We ask her a lot of questions. There's never too many questions. We have chats up all day long. So we're constantly messaging back and forth and talking and giving updates. It feels like it might be a lot of communication in some ways where it's, oh, is this too much? But really it's just making sure everybody has the information and trying to figure out ways to better do that so that somebody doesn't feel left out or off the, some little detail that we should have had everybody on somehow got left out. Is just making sure everybody's on the same page. And it feels like a lot when you describe it, but it really doesn't feel like a lot to do the day-to-day, to have all the chat, the text, the Zooms, the emails, and like everybody gets all the emails, and it really isn't too much in the end.
So basically then communication is very important because again, that's where it all starts, basically. Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Now, one last thing, Renee, while I still have you here, for sure, once we have this online, your Cyberbacker is going to be able to listen and watch this. So what I'd like to know is, do you have any special messages or let's say a quick shout out to your awesome Cyberbacker?
Well, I'd love to send 𝗠𝗏 a shout out and say thank you for being a part of our team. Thank you for choosing us. That was a fun interview process to get to know her. And so it was really fun to say we chose her, but she also chose us. And so thank you for choosing us. And I'm so glad you're part of the team, and hopefully you're having a great day because we just chatted a couple minutes ago and I know she's going to be listening. So thank you. And I'm so glad you're part of our team, 𝗠𝗏.
We are very, very excited to see, of course, where this partnership grows to for the whole year. And again, Renee, thank you very much for dropping by today. I had fun talking to you.
Thank you so much for having me. It has been a blast, and I appreciate the offer to come by.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of CyberCEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.